Okay guys, this intro is going to be very quick because I've only got 1 minute left on my camera. Hi dessert junkies, this week's video is egg tarts, Portuguese egg tarts. These are so simple, so amazing. You're going to love them. By the way, only a few more sleeps till fitting. If you're coming, let me know, comment below and we'll see you there. Hope you enjoy my Portuguese egg tarts. Okay guys, to get started we've got some muffin tins and we're going to grease these as much as we possibly can because this is what's going to make our tart. If you don't, you will not have a tart. So I highly recommend go nuts with the butter here guys. Pop it to the side. Then we've got a pot and we're going to add in some milk and we're also going to add in some cream. Now I'm using full fat cream here guys because I live on the edge. I'm going to pop this on our stove and we're going to slightly heat this through. We don't want to boil our milk, we just want to heat it. In another bowl, we've got some egg yolks and we've got some sugar. We're going to add in some custard powder. Oh my god, I cheated. I used custard powder. Deal with it. And some vanilla bean paste. So this gives us little specks of vanilla. Whisk this all together so it's really well combined. And then we want to add in some of our heated milk. Only a little bit, not too much. So we don't want to create, scrambled eggs here, guys. So just a little bit. Whisk it all through till it's really, really well combined. The sugar should dissolve by now. You shouldn't hear any grittiness when you whisk. And then place the creamy eggy mixture back into the milk, onto the stove. And it's essentially time to make the custard filling. So get all that back in on the stove. When it is on the stove and you are making the custard, whisk it and watch it. Do not let it burn. If it burns, sorry guys, you got to start again. So whisk it until it comes nice and thick, just like custard. Ha 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 ha. Brilliance of editing. Pop this into a bowl, into the fridge and allow it to cool. Then we will start on the pastry. Okay folks, pastry time. So this is a sheet of Puff store-bought pastry. Forgive me, I don't care. I don't have time to make Puff pastry. I've cut it in half and I've put some cinnamon and some sugar in the middle. And then I'm going to fold the other side of the puff so it becomes a layer. I can speak English really well, trust me. Peel back the backing and then we're going to repeat the same thing again. So some cinnamon and some sugar. And this will give that sort of caramelized awesomeness that becomes from these Portuguese tarts. These are awesome, trust me, they are awesome. Roll this up into a sausage or sausage, depending on where you live. I say sausages all the time. Roll it up and then you want to divide it equally. Now I found I got 10 pieces out of this, so I cut it in half, half again, half again, half again. So yeah, around 10 pieces. These are going to be your tart shells, so make sure that they are nice and even because you don't want one smaller than the other. Essentially get your little portion, squish it in your hands, becomes a disc, fold it into some baking paper, get your rolling pin, and you want to roll this out as thin as you can get, probably about a mil. And you see how I roll and pivot, roll and pivot, roll and pivot. I'm becoming a repeated thing. This allows you to get those nice round shapes, so that's the key to getting a round shape whenever you're doing, pizzas and things like this. Push it into your muffin pan. You want to sort of squish it so that there's no air bubbles underneath, and try and work up the sides as much as possible because this is obviously going to be the side of your tart. So once they're all done, prick them with a fork before putting in the beautiful custard that you've just made and cooled. I found I got about 2 tablespoons per little casing here. So, as much as you can fill, but don't overfill it because it will puff up and sink. You can put some sugar on here to give a more caramelized effect. Personally, I didn't. I found that the custard was enough. So, pop these into the oven, allow them to cook. They will puff up and then give them 5 minutes before you try and remove them. They will sink back down and that's how you get that awesomeness that is a Portuguese tart. Serve these straight away. They don't last too long. If you do need to refrigerate them, please do. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button or stalk me on those things. See you next week.